Right, I've watched Tron Ares, and I would not recommend you do. This movie was not very good. An unfortunate turn of events, because they could have done anything. And they made that. Good lord. Good lord. So, this movie starred Greta Lee as Eve Kim. And of course, Jared Leto as Mr. Ares. Evan Peters as Julian Dillinger. And we do get like a brief cameo from Jeff Bridges as not Flynn. Not really explained that much there, to be honest. Some kind of like remnant. He's not really in it. Not really alive. Does this follow on from Tron Legacy? No. So, let's talk about the good stuff. The score to this is actually impeccable. Like is a brilliant score by Nine Inch Nails. Great score. Really, really, really good. Solid score. Not actually as good as Daft Punk and their score. From the perspective of it didn't seem to add much. Like it's good music and it's a good score, but I never really felt amped up or like it sort of accented anything. I just thought I could just hear it in the background. So, whereas I thought actually Daft Punk's score from Tron Legacy did a really good job as basically being another character. So, still a really good score, but you have to compare it to, Tron Legacy. Obviously, one of the best scores of all time. Or original soundtracks. Yeah, no, score, not actual soundtrack. And that's kind of it, really, when we get to good stuff. The story is garbage. Like, it's a real garbage story. So, Tron isn't in this at all. The story itself, and you'll have to bear with me here, the story itself doesn't actually make a whole lot of sense, even though it's really simplistic and dumb. So, Julian Dillinger is basically trying to sell AI as a super weapon that can manifest itself in our world. Now, there's nothing actually smart about it. They just say that they can bring them into our world somehow. No explanation, like a reverse particle accelerator or some crap. It doesn't really explain it, right? But they can only stay for 29 minutes. Unless they get the permanence code. That's right, guys. It's a MacGuffin movie. We've got to go find the MacGuffin. And everything's centered around the MacGuffin. So, Ares comes to our world, gets shown off a little bit to the board. So, people will invest, right? And you're like, okay, that's fine. That works-ish. Not really, but okay. But again, their aim is to get the permanence code. Who's got the permanence code? It's Greta Lee's character, Eve Kim. She's got it. And then that sends them on a collision course together. Tron Ares, not Tron Ares, Ares, and Eve Kim go on a collision course together because he wants to live. Basically, he begins to malfunction effectively, and he wants to live. So that is the bulk of the story. Athena, played by Jodie Turner-Smith, is awful. She's a terrible character, a terrible actor, and I don't really care about it. They don't explain how anything works in our world. They don't explain anything. It is effectively a jaunt through the Tron world with elements of Tron, as in the property, but not as smart or intelligent as Tron or Tron Legacy. It was really bad. I was actually quite bored, which is a shame. Also, how do you follow on from Legacy, right? Well, I know how you follow on from Legacy. You finish telling the story, but how do you go from Legacy to this? And in the years that have passed, you have somehow made the visual effects worse. How? How? Like, the grid... Oh, we got loads of different grids, by the way. We're on the Dillinger grid in this movie. We do go to the Encom grid, though, as well. Don't... Alright. We do go there. But how does the grid look worse? Tron Legacy depicted the grid, and it looked amazing. How have we regressed so much? How? And how do you get an actor like Gillian Anderson, who plays Elizabeth Dillinger, Julian Dillinger's mother, and she's boring, and she can't elevate it. Like, she's a good actor. Even she can't elevate this. Trash. Trash. So anyway, because Greta Lee's Eve Kim loses the permanence code, they've got to go into like Encom's, I don't know, Flynn's special server, because he's got it, but he doesn't have. Well, he found it initially, but he's not there anymore because obviously he's dead. And Kevin Flynn turns up, Jeff Bridges, and Ares is like, "How are you here?" And he goes, "Well, I'm not really. I'm just a projection from you, to be honest. I'm here because you're here, right?" So it doesn't. He's not actually there. Like, he's not alive. He's just dead. Why? How's he older then? Why is he older? How would Ares project an older version of Kevin Flynn? Bit dumb. There are some references to Cora and Son of Flynn. It's implied that at the end of this they're going to go off, Ares is going to go off and find Cora. And I couldn't care less if that does happen, to be honest. This movie should have been that. This movie should have been that. I will say this, right? Bringing the light vehicles into our world did look good. Right? That was good visual effects. And the visual effects as a whole are not bad. The grid does look blander. Again, I still don't know how, but it does look blander. But the visual effects as a whole are alright, they're fine. But the action is really... It's boring. Like, I was bored by the action. It didn't titillate me in any way. It was genuinely boring. So, look, I can't recommend it. I don't think it's good. Not a whole lot happens. It's 2 hours, and they really milked that. They milked the piss out of that. This should have been an hour and a half, easy. Should have been a quick jaunt through Tron world, I guess. It's garbage. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it. And I was primed. I wanted to enjoy this. You guys know I did. But now it was lame. It was lame.